Hi there and welcome back. When I was deciding and preparing to take the SHRM exam, I remember having the following questions. How much time do I have to complete the exam? How many questions are there? What types of questions are asked? Is it a paper-based or computer-based exam? What was the computer-based exam like? I just wanted to be better prepared and know what to expect on exam day. I didn't want any surprises. What can I say? I'd never been comfortable on blind dates. This would also help me organize my learning in a specific way. In this video, I will be covering some very important and little known facts which first-time test takers may not be aware of and may be the difference between passing the exam or not making it. So make sure you watch this video till the end. Let's begin with exam timing and number of questions. Remember, everything I am covering here is true for both the SHRM CP as well as the SHRM SCP exam. So test takers have 3 hours and 45 minutes to answer a total of 134 multiple choice questions. Before the allocated time though, you will be reminded about confidentiality for about 2 minutes, followed by an introduction and tutorial for 8 minutes. During this time, you will be briefed on how to use the system, for example, how to flag questions that you would like to come back to at a later stage. The exam is divided into 2 sections of 1 hour and 52 minutes each, with an optional 15-minute break between sessions. Remember, the clock keeps ticking through your 15-minute break. However, I recommend taking the break just to re-energize yourself for the second section. Now this is important. Make sure you finish all reviewed and flagged questions from the first section before you click that submit button. If these are not completed, you will not receive a score for these questions. Once you move on to the second section, you cannot go back to the first section and make any amendments. Furthermore, any unused time from the allocated 1 hour and 52 minutes from the first section cannot be and will not be carried forward to the second section. If you do decide to take a break, then when you return, you begin with section 2 for another 1 hour and 52 minutes. When you have finished answering all questions in the second section or reached the 3 hour 45 minute mark, you will see a screen with a survey which takes approximately 5 minutes to complete. Upon completion of this survey, you will receive your preliminary result on the screen which will say pass or did not pass. Yes, I know, the moment of truth. So cross your fingers before you submit that survey. I've been through this and yes, it's nerve-wracking. However, if you are subscribed to my channel and have been watching all my videos, then the only word you will see on the screen is pass. Within the next 4 weeks, you will receive your official SHRM report, which looks something like this. Before we move along to question types, just a quick reminder. If you are finding value in this video, then make sure to like the video and subscribe to my channel. Leave a comment and let me know if you have any more questions you would like answered. You sharing, liking and subscribing will help me reach a wider audience. Thanks again. Let's move along. So that was mostly about the timing of the exam. Now let's talk about the question types. Now SHRM referred to questions as items and the exam comprises of a total of 134 items. The exam includes 3 different types of multiple choice questions, including knowledge items, situational judgment items, and field test questions. There are 80 knowledge-based items, 54 situational judgment items, 24 of the 134 items are field test questions. The 80 knowledge-based items are broken down into 2 categories: foundational knowledge items, also referred to as FKIs, and HR-specific knowledge items, also referred to as KIs. The foundational knowledge items are questions focused on the very foundation of the SHRM basque. The 9 behavioral competencies like leadership, communication, and business acumen. The HR-specific knowledge items are all questions related to the technical aspect of the HR profession. These include the 4 HR functional areas. The knowledge items are pretty easy to spot on the exam since the questions are short and more concise. They test one piece of knowledge which will be related to a particular source. The second type of question on the exam is called situational judgment items or SJIs. There are 54 situational judgment items on the exam. They are more in-depth and will take longer to read and understand. For these questions, you will be given a scenario which is meant to assess your decision-making skills and judgment as an HR professional. You really need to prove to SHRM that you are capable of thinking and taking decisions based on the SHRM-BASC foundations. You will need to identify the best approach to either resolve or at least address the problem. The SJIs only test the 9 behavioral competencies. On a side note, in this video, I discuss how to approach SJIs with some important tips and tricks. Now, field test questions are not counted as part of your final score. The knowledge items and situational judgment items are included in your final score. The field test questions are exactly what their name implies, a testing question. There are 24 of them mixed into the exam, and again, they are not scored. You will not be able to tell if a question is a field test question or not. This allows SHRM to gather data on whether or not these questions should be included in future exams. From your perspective though, you don't need to focus on what are field test questions and what are not. You need to approach each and every of the 134 questions like it is a scored question. Now let's discuss how much weightage is given to each topic on the SHRM-BASC. Approximately 50% of the questions are focused on the behavioral competencies. That's right, 50%. Hence, knowing and understanding the behavioral competencies is so very important for you to pass this exam. The questions focused on behavioral competencies include both situational judgment items and knowledge items. 17% of the exam questions will be related to leadership, 16.5% will be related to business, and 16.5% related to interpersonal competency. The other 50% of the exam focuses on the HR knowledge domains, also referred to as the technical competencies. These include people, organization, and workplace. In addition, this 50% of the exam is all made up of HR-specific knowledge items. 18% from them will be questions which are related to the people domain, 18% are related to the organization domain, and the final 14% are related to workplace. Now let's discuss the administration of the exam, which is equally important to know. The exam is a computer-based exam, which is administered by a company called Prometric. They have locations all over the world in more than 160 countries. This is an image of one of their testing centers. The exam used to be paper-based as well, and you have an option to choose a paper-based testing or computer-based testing. As of right now though, it is only computer-based. After submitting your application to SHRM, you will receive an email, Authorization to Test or ATT letter. You will need to use the eligibility ID from this email to schedule your test with Prometric on their website. You can choose to take the test at one of their testing centers or privately at your home or office. Of course, that's a personal preference and really is up to each and every one of you. I, however, chose to take the test at home. Yes, I did have to get rid of the kids and wife for 4 hours, but I found that convenient for me. However, once again, the choice is yours. If you do decide to go to a test center, you will be in a room with other test takers, and all will be assigned your own desktops to take the exam. You will need to go through security and are not allowed any personal belongings in the room with you. Taking the exam remotely is really no different, but you won't need to travel to a testing facility or place your belongings in a locker. At home or in your office, you will need to have a computer with a camera, microphone, and very strong internet connection. The last thing you want is getting disconnected during the exam. Security is also very tight. Your webcam will need to be turned on throughout the test duration, and a proctor will be watching you take the exam and ensuring you are following all the guidelines and rules. Both Prometric and SHRM have more information about what to expect if you decide to take the exam in person versus remotely. Thanks for watching. If you found value in this video, then like, comment, share. I post HR and leadership related videos every week. I will see you in the next video.